What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Shauna, and in today's video we are going to do something that I have not done in quite some time, which is a full face of drugstore makeup. I went to Walgreens today and I picked up some new items. So I'm going to be using a mix of the new items and then just some stuff that I've had laying around in my collection for quite some time. But yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So for my brows, I'm going to go in with the NYX Professional Makeup Micro Brow Pencil. I love this pencil. I've had this in my collection for a while. I actually replaced the Benefit pencil with this one for cost purposes, and it works just as well in my opinion. So for eyeshadow, I picked this up today. This is from CoverGirl, and the palette is called That's Rad. I just thought it was cute. I like purple and greens together, and so to have like these mint shades and purple shades and then like some black to smoke it out, I was like, I absolutely need that. I've never used CoverGirl shadows before, at least I don't think, and if I have, I was a child. So we're gonna try that out today. I'm gonna go in with this light purple shade here, and this is called Leg Warmers. I think that's so fucking cute. Ooh, she's powdery. Wow. Okay. Did you see all that powder? Oh my god. I haven't seen that much powder in quite some time. Good lord. It is taking me a lot to build up, but I shouldn't really be surprised by that. Look at how much powder is in this. That's insane, right? Okay. There's not a lot to work with here in terms of mattes, so I'm just gonna like deepen up what I can with this black shade here, which is called Pump It Up. I'm gonna start really lightly, and then it might be hard though with how powdery it is, but I'm gonna do my best to start very lightly, popping it on the outer V and then blending it into the crease. So when I was at the drugstore today, the main thing that I wanted to buy was this skin tint, but I'm like, you know what? Then I had the idea to like do this video, and I'm sure I'm not the only one to be like saying this, but the drugstore makeup has gotten out of pocket in terms of how much things are costing. Like when ColourPop is now cheaper than the drugstore, which I know it was kind of like a cheap alternative, but even then, like the drugstore was still like a little bit cheaper, at least back in the day. It tells you how long it's been since I've done this kind of stuff. But then like the most egregious price hike I've seen has honestly been from e.l.f. And I'm like, what are we doing? Like, I was looking at putty blushes and I'm like, why are putty blushes like $9? I will say this black shade isn't terrible. I've used much worse and it's deepening things up very nicely. So this isn't bad. I've heard these brushes are good for sparkles, so this shade here, which is called Scrunchy. Oh my god, that's cute. It is very nice for applying shimmer. I'll give it that. I mean, it's not the most blinding metallic I've ever used, but it does what it's supposed to. All right, and for the other half of the lid, I'm gonna go in with this whiter shade here, which is called Take a Chill Pill. Ooh, she chunky. This one is acting more like a topper. Let me see what a finger does with it. Yeah, it's like more of a topper shade, but does apply better with a finger. We're gonna go with this. It's not terrible. I've definitely used worse drugstore palettes, but for foundation, I really wanted to try this. This was actually the main reason I went to Walgreens today when the idea popped in my head to make this video. This is the Wet n Wild Bare Focus Niacinamide Skin Tint. So it has this dropper application. I like Wet n Wild foundations. I have their Dewy Focus, whatever. I'm gonna make a video on this too, but in full disclosure, the reason I picked this up is I am looking for a dupe for the Jaclyn Hill skin tint, and I've tried some other ones like Morphe 2, even the ColourPop one, and my issue with them is that they're a little sticky hours later, whereas Jaclyn's is not at all. I don't like her as a person, but her skin tint was the best thing I'd ever used on my face. And since you can't find it anymore, I like have been using it sparingly, like on important dates or something, like for an interview or, you know, things like that. And I'm trying to find a dupe for it because it's going to run out eventually because I just love it oh so fucking much. So I am gonna do a video on this where I do an all-day wear test because everything looks great immediately if you have like the right shade or whatever, but it's how it wears throughout the day. Like even with her skin tint, I didn't feel like, ugh, my face feels sticky. I really like this. This looks nice so far. For concealer, I'm gonna go in with the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer in Fair Beige. But no, so I'm looking for other skin tints to purchase. I need someone to explain to me, like I'm 5, why a skin tint, which is essentially a watered down foundation, is fucking more expensive than foundation. Is it the skincare that's inside of the skin tint? Because a lot of them had like this one has niacinamide, a lot of them had vitamin C, or, you know, SPF or whatever. I think personally it's just because that's like the new trend is to have a skin tint over a foundation. So they're gonna mark it up. And that's gross. Literally, the other skin tints ranged from $13 to $17. And I'm like, in this economy? And meanwhile, the foundations were ranging from 8 to 12. And I'm like, I am absolutely not paying $13 to $17 for a skin tint. And I don't remember what Jaclyn Hill's was, but I'm like, that's a little too close to Jaclyn Hill. This Wet n Wild one was only like $7.50. So I'm like, $7.50, $7.99. So I'm like, yeah, I will absolutely try that. All right, for contour, I'm gonna go in with the e.l.f. Halo Glow Beauty Wand. And this is in the shade Fair Light. I love this thing, by the way. It's my go-to contour now. And do you know what else is really frustrating? Like, I'm aware that stores, like, it's impossible for them to carry everything, right? Like, not one store can carry everything. But it's weird how, like, there are clearly contracts with different retailers and what they'll sell. So Ulta sells, you know, all drugstore makeup as well. But Ulta did not carry this foundation. But Walmart had it and Walgreens had it. And I'm like, okay. But then there'll be things that like Walmart will get, but Walgreens won't, but Ulta will. So I don't get it. It's very weird to me. For blush, I'm going to go in with this Wet n Wild like threesome thingy here that I have. This is from like back when they had the little Twin Stars collection. So I'm gonna go in with this shade here. And then for highlighter, I'm gonna use this Wet n Wild Alice in Wonderland highlighter palette. And I just kind of swirl all the colors together. Does anyone else want to bring back the blinding highlighter trend? I missed that. Just at the vibe we have going on right now, because it's very 80s, I really want to put on this glitter topper. Also, I've been like obsessed with Chapel Rowan. I've been listening to her a lot, and this just feels very her. Oh no, did this go hard? Oh no, okay. Ooh, I picked up a lot trying to get it to melt down. For my waterline, I'm gonna go in with this LA Girl. It's actually a lip liner, but I use it as eyeliner all the time. And this is in the shade Blaze. I really wanted black, and I thought for sure I had a Wet n Wild black, but I don't. It's just a ColourPop one. So, womp womp. Black would have looked more fun, but that's fine. I'm gonna go in or back into the black shade, which is again called Bangin'. And I'm just gonna lightly add that to the bottom lash line. Like that. Okay, I'm gonna go back into this leg warmer shade and just kind of like buff that in to that black. I don't think it'll do much, but it's at least picking up all this extra fucking powder sitting in this palette. It kind of smokes it out a bit at least. Then I'm gonna go back into that white shade, take a chill pill, and pop that in the inner corner. All right, for mascara, I got this one. I'm used to seeing it with a green cap. Fun fact, I've never used this mascara before. With as old as I am, my mom was a CoverGirl girly, so that's kind of what I always stuck with, unless she was in her Mary Kay era, and then she was a Mary Kay girly. But yeah, for the most part, CoverGirl. I like the wand on this. This separates the lashes really well. Maybe it's just because I'm used to like really black mascaras clumping my lashes. And I will say, this is not doing that. Wow, I like usually use either Essence Lash Princess, which I also love, or the L'Oreal Telescopic. And I use that one mainly because like the wand, it's, like I said, other mascaras really clump my lashes. And the Telescopic, with the way the wand is, doesn't. This is amazing. I see why it's still a staple for a lot of people. Wow. Okay, so I bought this at the drugstore today. This is a Wet n Wild gloss. It is in the shade Crushed Grapes, which is weird because it's not fucking purple, but that's fine. This is my full face of drugstore makeup. Let me know in the comments down below what you think, what you liked, if you're gonna pick anything up. As always, follow me everywhere. I'm on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter at ShaunaMarie_84. Please make sure to subscribe, hit the bell notification so you know every time I upload a new video. And thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Bye, guys.